Lady friend slash local scientist, Nicole.
Okay.
No, I already hate it?
I'm a little offended. It's fine.
Today, I'm going to show you what a day's like for a marine scientist. But this isn't a typical day. It's not typical because usually maybe they're in the lab looking at samples or actually out on the boat collecting them themselves. Now today, the community is actually doing all that work for our local marine scientist slash lady friend, Nicole. And they're doing this by going out and collecting samples themselves, bringing them to one central location, and then she's able to actually test those samples and see what the water quality is like in this area.
We have to get 92 samples during low tide. I can't do that by myself. So we've designed a project that incorporates volunteers that will go do the hard work for us.
Hard work? No, they do the fun work. You do the hard work.
I don't do the hard work. I love my job.
Hi, neighbor. Morning. Great morning.
There are 46 sample sites. We have to get them during low tide, but I can't do it by myself. So we're using citizen science and asking volunteers to get 2 samples from each site.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. 24.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you guys for doing it.
All right. More samples. Drunk canoe? Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Yep.
We're out here in the greater Fort Myers Beach area. Specifically, we're in the Estero Bay, and we're near Matanzas Pass, which is Fort Myers' local mooring field. It's the only one here. So we looked at a mooring field in Marathon down in the Florida Keys, and it was cool. We learned about some of the amenities, the pros and cons, and we also very briefly talked about people who anchor out there instead of being attached to a mooring pole. Well, that's what all these people are doing. They're sitting just outside of Matanzas Pass in the Estero Bay, and they're on their sailboats, anchored. Now, I think this is awesome. It's a great way to save money because you're not paying to be out there, but the community doesn't necessarily think that. Now, they don't think that because these people are there for months at a time, and all they have to do is once a month pick up their anchor, move a couple of feet, and they're considered a cruiser instead of a liveaboard. Still sounds awesome from a boater's perspective, but where are they pumping out? And that's the majority of the concern for the community. Are they dumping right here in the water? It's also the homeowners back there that have some of the blame. They put things into the environment like fertilizer in their yard, and it eventually gets to the water. It can impact it. Everything you put in your yard or the air can impact the water quality. So it's not just the boaters, it's also the homeowners. It's everyone. It's a collective team effort to ruin water quality. And that's what we're hoping isn't happening. But today, we're gonna test some of the samples and find out.
Now we're cooking.
Perfect. The other one?
Thanks so much.
Hi.
Got it?
I dropped my
Good. Very good. You're welcome. I think you'll find me on there.
27. Yep.
Yep. Okay.
We're 30 and 31. Perfect. Thank you so much, John. Perfect. Thank you.
Yes, he wouldn't even behave for the vets. We couldn't even do it.
She brings me for my muscles.
Welcome to my office. So these are all the samples. They were collected by the volunteers in the community, so thanks guys for that. And they're ready for processing.
Each site has 2 samples. One of them says nut, which is short for nutrients. Those ones go in the freezer where they are sent off-site for testing.
These 2 right here.
Samples. And then the other half say H2O, and those are tested in the machine here on-site. Each one has the site that it was taken from listed on it so that they're able to be tracked. And yeah, science. Scientist Chris, lab observation and journal entry number 1. I have noticed that some of the samples are different. Some are clear and some are kind of yellowy. These samples were collected by giving the volunteers a piece of paper that tells them what to do. Basically, they go out into waist deep water, they put their arm down elbow deep, and then they collect the sample, and then they put it in a cooler and give it to Nicole, and then Nicole does all the sciencey stuff. I really, really can't believe that water is this clear. Like, I've never seen this. I would drink this.
No, you wouldn't.
Why wouldn't I drink that?
I'll show you later.
Uh-oh.
Here,
There
come on.
must be something in the water.
I'll show you now. This is a well. It holds about 3 milliliters.
Cool. Now what?
Open that dirty sample, open the clean sample.
Oh, we gotta take our science samples. Microscope.
This is not for science, this is strictly for fun.
Everything's for science.
Starting with these and then just getting a new pipette every time and just going down the line.
4 of them. I'm a scientist and I didn't even go to school for this. Oh, is that it? The yellow? What is that again?
Coccinodiscus.
It's a diatom.
What are these machines? Each one measures something different?
They are trilogy fluorometers. They
They
refract light through the sample. And
Each one does different ones though?
Yes. This is measuring an RFU, which is raw fluorescence.
Cool.
Okay.
So it is
Okay.
measuring right here in blue, which I don't know why, but it's measuring chlorophyll. I don't know what the blue is.
Gotta pick it up with
Okay,
this.
perfect.
These are the little
Next
tubes.
Friday. So
Those are not
Black
tubes, those are
Friday.
cuvettes.
Cuvettes.
So
RFU 164.11. Cool. Now I need to do the
Yep.
salt.
okay, so like actually like
Salinity.
Yeah, okay.
What'd you do?
Whoa.
But it's okay.
Measuring
I'd rather
salinity
write than-
with
How's that
a refractometer.
You're making good pace now.
Yeah, because we have a writer.
Scribe.
A scribe always helps.
Okay.
Scribe.
I think he's having more fun throwing it in the sink than anything.
It is.
That's the best part.
See?
It reminds me of like Fast and the Furious, like ejectocito.
6'5".
How long for caramel cheddar to look like this? 25.
And that's for sample 36.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are you done with this?
Cool.
Did you take pictures of it?
No.
That's why I handed it to you.
Don't throw it away.
Well, that was an accident, but that was a good shot. Science. When I was a kid, I'd go to the doctor's office, and my favorite part of my visits, when my dad would take these and go.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't even get to draw the chicken face.